Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Two-day ninth session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly began today. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio introduces in the House Resolution on SARFAESI Act 2002. Minister P Paiwang Konyak says Tizu-Zungki River National Waterway-101 will be a corridor for Southeast Asia. And Nagaland DGP D. John Longkumer reassures justice to all women who are wronged. As India achieved a milestone of vaccinating 100 crore people against COVID-19, All India Radio salutes all the people, doctors, nurses and others who made this possible. Even though the country has achieved this feat, we caution our listeners that the battle against COVID is not yet over. We appeal to our listeners to get vaccinated at the earliest and also help others to get vaccinated. During the festival season, please follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 6 feet for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075 and State Helpline number 1800-345-0019. And now the news in detail. The 2-day ninth session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly, NLA, commenced today with NLA Speaker Sharinken Longkumer making obituary references to the passing away of former NLA members Pongchai Lenba Konyak, Chufo Gense, Luwe Shilo Mero, Kihodo Holohon, and Kusadon Nuso, wherein the House observed a minute silence. The Speaker also welcomed the newly elected member as Kyoshu Yomchanga to the House. With this, the NLA now has 60 legislative members. The leader of the House, Neiphiu Rio, introduced 3 government bills: the Nagaland Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management 4th Amendment Bill 2021, the Nagaland Goods and Services Tax 5th Amendment Bill 2021, and the Nagaland Lokayukta 2nd Amendment Bill 2021. Neiphiu Rio, who is also the chairman of the Select Committee to examine the application of SARFAESI Act 2002 to Nagaland, also laid a copy of its report. He presented a supplementary demand for regularization of excess expenditure for the year 2014-15, 2015-16 and 2016-17. Rio also presented the performance audit of select district hospitals in Nagaland for the year ending 31st March 2019, report number 3 of 2020. Minister for Soil and Water Conservation and Geology and Mining laid a copy of the annual reports 2018-19 of the Nagaland State Mineral Development Corporation Limited. Chairman of the Committee on Government Assurances 2021-22, Y. Vikyo Su, presented the 101st report of the Committee on Government Assurances. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio today introduced in the House the resolution on the securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of security interest, SARFAESI Act 2002. The resolution says that the provision of SARFAESI Act cannot override any provisions of the Constitution of India. It said the tenor of the Article 371A of the Constitution will apply in the state when banks or financial institutions would make an attempt to transfer the ownership of the property through the process of auction. Banks and financial institutions are obligated to follow Article 371A to ensure that ownership of security interest is transferred only in favor of indigenous persons and no one else. Discussions, considerations, and voting on the resolution will be taken up tomorrow. Minister Transport, Civil Aviation and Land Resources P Paiwang Konyak today said Tizu-Zungki River, which was declared as National Waterway 101 on 26 March 2016, will be a corridor for Southeast Asia. He said these inland waterways play an important role in the field of economy, employment, and overall development of the state. He was replying to a supplementary question raised by MLA Itachu on waterways project over Tizu-Zungki River during the Assembly session today. The minister said that a TPR prepared by the empaneled company WAPCOS is to be implemented in 3 phases, and the project will be implemented by the Nagaland Inland Waterways Board. Apprising the House on his meeting with the Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Sarbananda Sonowal, on November 23, Konyak said The Union Minister has asked the department to submit a need-based proposal which need to be taken up on priority. To this, a week's time to submit the prioritized proposal was sought. However, he apprised the House that the time for preparation of the proposal will depend on the Transport Department. Paiwang further said he had proposed for extension of railway route till Kohima instead of Zabza, for which the Union Minister asked for proposal. Paiwang also named MLA Itachu as the member of the Nagaland Inland Waterways Board. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on the YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Nagaland DGP T. John Longkumer said there are constitutional and legal provisions available to combat violence against women and reassured justice to all who are wronged. The DGP was speaking at the launching of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence and car campaign in commemoration of International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women held at Old MLA Hostel Junction, Kohima today. DGP Longkumer said the campaign aims to prevent and eliminate violence against women and girls. He said it has been the concerted effort of Nagaland Police to address the issue of violence against women. The DGP said women police stations and anti-human trafficking units have been established in all the districts of Nagaland. Additionally, women help desks have been established in every police station to increase the outreach. Longkumer said Nagaland Police since 2018 to 2020 registered 249 cases of violence against women, leading to arrest of 19 persons, rescue of 26 women and girls from human trafficking, and rescue of 18 sex workers. He expressed hope that as a result of increased awareness, victims will come forward to register their complaints. Longkumer assured that all grievances will be taken up expeditiously for redressal. The 16 days activism against gender-based violence was also simultaneously launched in other districts. To commemorate the celebration of 75 years of India's independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we present India at 75 quiz with AIR News Kohima, a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history, every Thursday in the evening news bulletin. And here goes our question of the week for English News Bulletin. Panchalan Kurichi Fort in Tamil Nadu is known as the memorial of which great warrior? I repeat, Panchalan Kurichi Fort in Tamil Nadu is known as the memorial of which great warrior? Listeners can send their responses to the question to our email airnewskohimaindia75@gmail.com or WhatsApp to 9485 239950 along with name and address. The first correct answer received from the participants will be selected as the winner and will be announced in tomorrow morning news at 7:30 a.m. Resolution on the Transplantation of Human Organ Act 1994 and Transplantation of Human Organ Act Amendment 2011 was introduced in the first day of the 9th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly. The resolution was moved for introduction by Nagaland Health Minister S. Pangyopom today. The act enacted by the Parliament in 1994 and 2011 aims to provide for the regulation of removal, storage and transplantation of human organs for therapeutic purposes and for the prevention of commercial dealings in human organs connected there with or incidental thereto. The House will take the resolution for consideration and adoption. And now to end the news, here are the main points again. Two-day 9th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly began today. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio introduces in the House Resolution on SARFAESI Act 2002. Minister P Paiwang Konyak says Tizu-Zungki River National Waterway-101 will be a corridor for Southeast Asia. And Nagaland DGP T. John Longkumer reassures justice to all women who are wronged. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.